I
Let's
didn't hear
do it.
you. Well, hello.
Let's do it.
Oh my. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a D&D campaign made up entirely by me, where the players do dumb things and I try to make sense of it.
The points don't matter.
There are no points,
Don't worry about it.
so we
They
don't
don't
worry about
matter.
it. Kayla has negative 10 points for being a smartass. But it's okay, they don't matter. They don't matter.
Can't cash them in anyway.
So, get a few quick announcements out the way. On top of streaming the D&D campaign, we have Pez Plays on Tuesdays, Whiskey Wednesdays on alternating Wednesdays, and Metallurgy Magic whenever the fuck he decides to do them. Skipping ahead. We, if you would like to see our past adventures, you can watch the VODs on our YouTube channel. Or if you don't want to look at us and watch anything, we do have everything in podcast form as well. We are on most major platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Samsung Radio, and Pandora. Yeah. So, that's fun. And now Kayla's favorite part. Donations are never required, but always appreciated. If you would like to support us, please consider our coffee page. All proceeds from donations and memberships go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it really helps keep the podcast alive and well. It is not cheap to do so. We would like to thank you for any follows, subscriptions, and bits that you give us on Twitch. I do apologize that we cannot recognize them as we try to keep the flow of the story going, and we don't want to interrupt that. But just know that your support of us is always appreciated. Except for Kayla. She hates you. All of you.
Especially you. You know who you are.
You in the back. That one. You.
Me?
That'll be a good thumbnail. Not even 7 minutes in and we got a good one. All right. Anyone got anything else that they want to chat about?
Once again, if you are listening to the podcast or through whatever medium, come find us on YouTube or whatever other platform, Instagram or whatever, and drop a comment. Tell us how you found us and what you think. We are open to all comments, criticisms, challenges.
Zeke will be
Duels.
the receiver of any challenges that you may wish. He is small and skinny, very easy target.
Closed it. Not it. Not it.
I will take all comers.
That's what she said.
That's a normal phrase. Don't even start with me.
Moving on.
No.
Whether you are outgoing and like to chat, or you are just a lurker and like to just sort of hang out in the background, we do have a Discord. Links are everywhere down below in the description. Feel free to pop in and chat. You can just read stuff, pop in and talk. Even if you don't want to talk, you just want to pop in and listen to us be idiots, you're more than welcome to. We have plenty of people that do that already.
Happens daily.
Yes. Is one of the girls doing something weird? No?
I thought that was a banana.
Do you even know what it is?
It's Mitchell's Christmas gift.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing he's not here to see it.
He already knows what it is, but I'll show you. It's Pez.
Pez at the moment is celebrating his mother's birthday, so he will very likely be a little bit late tonight.
It's a frilled lizard toy.
Aw, that's cute. And it's got a handkerchief.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty awesome.
That's cute as shit. Alright, well, oh my god, it squeaks.
What have you done?
So, without further ado, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Huzzah! I will drink that of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
I got
gross.
Zon.
Really invisible
This?
on the camera.
Oh, good god, Kayla.
Yeah. I know how to get up.
Vanera just held up an entire bottle of wine for herself.
Chug.
So, to get you guys up to speed on tonight's session, The Tempests are crossing through the Nightly Kingdoms in search of a ship to hire that will take them to High Tide, the pirate stronghold wherein the captain Shirahama was last known to be. Along the way, they discovered a magical cottage on wheels left abandoned in a clearing, and having learned of the previous owner's demise, they claimed it as their own, repaired it with the help of twin swobolds, and then continued towards the seafaring kingdom of Harpermere, where they had been invited to attend a wedding, and to hopefully charter a ship. Anyway, they stopped for a time in a town called Maelglen, where mysterious acts of violence were occurring, and decided to do a bit of investigating. Falling victim to this blight themselves, the Tempests were more determined than ever to root out the problem with violence. Their investigations brought them to confront Cebran O'Doyle, the town's tailor. After a teeny bit of B&E, the Tempests engaged Cebran after he struck first. Vanera, being the brilliant little being that she is, cast Dispel Magic on the ring they'd been told about, splitting the gem and releasing whatever entity was inside of it, killing Cebran in the process as the escaping entity drew every last drop of life out of the man.
Oops. He did. He dead as fuck.
The Tempests then practiced their Assassin's Creed skills and took the fight out to the streets. The entity was destroyed, but not before taking over Brick's mind and forcing him to attack Vanera. With Brick
We just want to make sure you remembered that.
With Brick a little distraught, the Tempests, upon the gentle urging of the Chamberlain, left the town post-haste to continue their path to Harpermere. We now rejoin them around midday as they exit the northern gates of Maelglen in their mobile wagon home, being drawn by Cassie, the very, very large Parasaurolophus. Duckbill thing.
Parasaurolophus.
Thank you.
It is a duck.
Parasaurolophus.
So, it is around just before midday. You guys have hit the road. What would you like to do?
I am going to...
And for the sake of clarity, I do believe that Pez is still the one that is driving the wagon.
Probably. I don't trust anybody else. Especially Brick.
Did he
That's fair.
give us something?
Who?
Rafi. Did he hand us something? He gave us money.
Yeah.
Yes.
We already split that up if you want to see.
I know we split that up. Is there nothing else?
I don't think so.
Nope, I just have gave sack of gold.
I
Yeah.
don't know, we saw a document or something.
He sent a document to.
That was it.
Yeah.
To clear the name of the
That
village
was it.
people that were going crazy. Yeah.
Thank you.
I am going to take a short rest.
Okay.
If no one else has anything pressing, I'm gonna go down and go visit Fern.
I never thought about doing it while the thing's in motion. Oh, it works.
He gets stretchy.
We go over a bump and just all of a sudden Brick just...
He just becomes a little jagged line.
So, DM, help me. What does a short rest do again?
A short rest allows you to roll a number of your hit dice up to a number of your levels. So you were level 9. You can roll up to 9 of your hit dice to try and heal yourself.
It doesn't do anything for spell slots, does it?
Not unless you are a wizard or warlock that have the arcane recovery feature. And you regain your spent hit dice after a long rest.
So short rest is how many hit dice again? Sorry, I'm trying to.
However many you want to
level.
spend. You have 9 hit dice to roll.
Okay. I will drink a potion of spell recovery and then I will take a short rest.
Okay. So
need to roll
Zahn is
for
just
that.
in the kitchen, sitting in a chair, feet up on the table, just kind of sipping at his potion of spell recovery.
Just 3 plus 3.
So
do that.
Zahn, as you are relaxing, you would see Brick go into the pantry after turning the knob to Fern's cafe and step through, once again leaving the 2D image of himself in the doorway.
just
Vanera,
heads up,
Kasumi.
I will short rest as well.
Okay. Were you up with Pez in the seat? I couldn't remember.
You weren't going
It's
into
kind of
town.
your de facto space on the wagon while it's moving. You don't have to.
I'm pretty tired.
Okay, we'll go have a nap.
I'm gonna go have a nap right here.
Then fire some magic missiles. Kasumi?
I'm probably Kasumi is gonna take some time to meditate and just kind of sit by her shrine, and then she will also take a short rest.
Okay. Well, you guys are able to spend as many hit dice as you wish. Pez is up alone with Hamburger. So Brick, you go on through the hallway into Fern's cafe, and as you open the door into the storage room, you hear the same little ting-ling-ling of the bell alerting whoever is within to your presence. You go into the cafe and all is quiet.
It's midday, right?
Oh, god damn it.
It's midday. There are no voices. There's no greeting.
Stupid.
Burn.
No response.
Other girl.
Good job. No response.
Kind of just like walk through the rooms, look around, head to the front.
The magical light sources, the lanterns are not lit. The front door is closed.
Her name is Emma.
I know that. I'll go to the front door. Is there like a closed sign?
You walk out to the front of and open the door. There's no closed sign.
I look around the streets. I can see the streets of Harpermere, right?
Correct.
I look around. Is anything off?
Town seems to be bustling as you would expect in a midday. People are milling up and down the streets, going about their business. There's a few carts being drawn by pack animals going up and down the street.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, everything seems normal.
I remember in the front area there was like a table set up for when we met the king. Is that still there?
It's still there.
I'll just take a seat at the table and wait.
Okay. So you plop yourself down. You wait for a little while. You see a few people walking by, kind of giving you a glance, and some of them stop and they kind of look at you for a minute, and they're just like, And then you move a bit. They go, "Oh God!" They thought you were a statue. And then they quickly hurry on their way as they realize that the statue wasn't just appearing to watch with their eyes; it was actually watching, giving many people phobias that didn't even exist up until this point.
Oh, I need for it to snow, so I can make him into a snowman.
Oh my goodness.
Frosty the Snowman with a fucking axe.
Yeah, but unless someone from the cart comes to retrieve me, I'm just gonna wait till someone shows up.
Okay. So gonna shift back to the wagon for the moment as you wait around. Anyone else doing anything? So you all were doing your short rest. So what were the result of your rolls, just out of curiosity?
I messaged them all to you, and also messaged you other stuff.
Tell me the other stuff. I don't want to have to read it. Couldn't have just waited your turn. You had to try to slip in under the radar.
I figured I'd just message it to you. Someone wants to ponder on what the creature said to him and wonder if he meant you as the royal you or you as in just you. If the DM
Understood.
remembers.
I remember.
Okay.
I remember.
Remember Chewbacca again?
Remember the Gambos again?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. It's been a day. It's been a good day. So you ponder on it for a time, and any of you that are kind of milling about on the interior of the wagon, you see Zahn is quiet and brooding. A little bit more so than usual. It's sort of almost out of character for him. Almost out of character for him. So, you all are very easily able to have your short rest. Brick is still gone. Pez is just bebopping up top of the wagon. Anything else you wish to do?
Taking a nap.
Taking a nap.
But say, like, I don't know how long we have to nap for, so...
Oh, a short rest is about 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh, I always thought it was like 2 to 4 hours.
No.
No, only an hour.
Oh,
Can I sleep longer?
Sure.
Is that what counts as a long rest then?
8 hours.
8.
God damn it!
Yeah, you kind of just woke up.
Ah!
Like, it's roughly lunchtime at this point.
and we are headed towards, we're not headed towards Harpermere. Because we're headed north, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of that, Brick, as you were sitting there, there's quite a few times you see people walking towards the cafe, getting 50, 60 feet away from it, looking past you, look at each other to chat, and then they walk away.
I can't go past the garden gate, right?
Correct. As soon as you try to pass any part of yourself over past the fence, it feels like you're hitting a very solid brick wall. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't see if there's any sign on the gate. I'll turn around again. I don't see any signs in the windows or anything.
Nope, just the front door is shut. There's
I'm
no
gonna
hustle and bustle.
It's gonna take my 11-ish minutes to cast Identify on the building and see if there's any magic turning people away.
Okay, so you get up from the chair and you go and place your hand on the building. It's an odd sensation. Similar to the wagon home, there's bits and pieces scattered everywhere that's giving you magical blips. And there's so many, in fact, it's hard to really distinguish one from the other. It's sort of a bombardment of information. There's nothing really giving you a sense of a warning or anything of what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go back inside and just check all the rooms one more time, even like the back rooms, kitchen, freezer, whatever. Just make my rounds.
Being a Mr. Snoopy Snooperton.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
how thorough are you being?
I mean, any room that I know about, I'm just popping my head into and making sure no one's in there. And if I don't find any sign of any notes or anywhere any sign of life, I'm just gonna look for like a little piece of parchment and something to write with, and write back on the road, need to talk, urgent.
Okay. Well,
I do have
since you were the first one that's really mentioned it, there you go.
Oh.
Okay. So you take some time, you knock on doors and kind of peek inside after not hearing any responses, whichever doors may be open. There doesn't appear to be anyone really home. It's very easy to find a piece of parchment to scribble on, whether in the study or just laying around in the kitchen area. and you're able to leave it and kind of have to call it good.
Okay. Yeah, as long as I can leave my note, I'm good to go, and I'll go back to the house.
Okay. As you are walking around and checking for basically any life, the rest of you in the wagon suddenly feel everything coming to a halt. Not a sudden halt, but the gentle rumbling, trundling that you had been experiencing for most of the morning comes to a stop.
Can I look out the front window?
Yeah,
And see if
you
I
look
see
out the front window and you see a whole lot of dinosaur ass in front of you. But past that, you see what appears to be a cloud of dust of some sort. And with your rabbit ears, you actually hear Pez. You sort of hear Pez's voice from upstairs, and then you also hear a little like ding-a-ling-a-ling coming from just to your left.
If I don't see anybody go to the door, I'm going to go to the door myself.
Well, with you standing at the window, the bell sound is coming from the left of you, sort of
not the
towards
door
the
that's ringing.
bookcase.
No, what I mean is I'm going to go to the door.
Oh,
Like-
okay, I'm sorry. Yes, so you go to the door, there's no one there, but upon hearing the door open, you hear Pez from above go, I found this little bell ding-a-ling thing that I can pull to get their stuff on the road.
Can I go up in the tower and kind of look around?
Yeah, so you go on up into the tower, and around that time you hear Pez talking to Zahn downstairs saying, there's stuff in the road. And you look way ahead, and there is just a train, just a herd of dinosaurs moving across the road from east to west.
Is that our fucking Great Migration?
Well, I don't know what it is. I ain't seen none like this before, but they're as far as I can see. And he points from the right to the left, and you just see hundreds of these flat duckbill-faced dinosaurs that have a sail that sort of starts where their shoulder blades are and continues on down, tapering off to the end of their tail. They don't seem to be running. They're just kind of plodding along.
Do I know what kind of dinosaurs they are?
Make a history check.
Okay.
As I struggle to figure out how to pronounce these damn things again.
24.
24. Yeah, I would say that you know what the hell these are.
I really like that my animal handling keeps going up. It's very fun.
These are Oranosauruses.
Ah, Rhinoceroses! Look at them! Rhinoceroses!
I'm just going to be listening to Vanera make these noises and say what they are. I have no idea what these are.
I would say with your very advanced hearing, it's a dull rumble. Like, there's so many of them walking along. It's almost making it kind of hard for you to hear what they are saying. Because they're only like 100 yards or so away, like for those Americans, about a football field away.
Can I run downstairs and run outside?
Sure.
And then go try and talk to one?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
As you... Pez goes, hey, where are you going?
They're so cool looking!
Just don't get in front of them. They might squish you like a bug.
You can just see Zahn hold brick, one-handed at the door. Take this! You need this.
He's just, take me.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
So yeah, you're able to run up to the herd. As you approach the side closest to you, start to kind of, you know how like when you approach a mob of sheep, they kind of like bubble around you? Mm-hmm. Kind of beginning to see that happening. So you cast Speak with
Oh
Animals?
God. Yes.
What do you say?
Hello. Where are you from? Where are you going?
You hear an absolute chorus of, hi, 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 hello. Over there, that way, from there, that guy, we're going over this way. Just like you said something to a crowd and they are all talking back to you. Everyone else, you just hear the like honk, 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 honk of all these different creatures just screaming back at Vanera.
Okay. So, we're trying to get through, and we don't want to disturb you. Is there any way you guys could kind of make a path for us to go through super quick?
By the time you were starting your question and asking it, whoever you were talking to has already passed by. That's kind of how fast they are going. It's not like hundreds of them have just stopped in the middle of the road and like, you shall not pass. They are literally just crossing the road.
And there's, as far as I can see,
a couple hundred yards away is what equates to a tree line. It's a little bit of a sparse tree line, but you can see where some of the trees have been knocked over by these things just passing through.
but I don't see an end to the mob.
Not yet.
Can I? Like that one video where the guy's on the bike and he's like, "Bike lane, you're in the
Bike lane! Would you please move?
Would you please move?" And I just like, by Cassie, so I can kind of have like her body as much protection as possible. Just kind of like start inching forward to kind of get them to wave themselves out and try to make a path.
Make an animal handling check at disadvantage as Pez is up there saying, I don't think this is a great idea. We might just want to let them go.
Hi, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, pull out the Midwestern. Oh, sorry, bud.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, it's a 7. Oh, 19.
19. You start to lead Cassie forward, and she trusts you, but the dull rumbling and the amount of them, she begins to pull on the reins, and kind of against you, and even Pez is up there. Let me see. Yeah, even Pez is up there, and he's kind of pulling back again. She's like, let's just wait until they're done going through. I might see an end over yonder way.
Fine. Stop.
It's fine. We got all day. I'll drive on through the night if I got to. Just make me some coffee from Fern's place, and I'll be good to go.
Stop that.
This gives me time to do what I want to do now. I'm going inside. Sounds gonna work back inside.
Poof.
You just hear it lock.
So you go back inside. What are you doing?
Who, me?
No, Zahn. He just said he can do something, and now he's like, oh shit, I'm supposed to do something now.
I'm gonna push everything out of no. I will go to the library.
Okay.
So I have big open space.
Okay.
Now, did you really lock the door?
No, I didn't really lock the door.
Okay.
I locked it before walking away.
Because Sumi is in the kitchen area, right inside the door. She's gonna go full mom mode on you if you lock the door.
Hey, no.
I'm not back yet, right?
No, not quite.
Okay.
There's a lot of rooms for you to inspect.
While walking past Kasumi, I am going to go knock on heaven's door. I will be back.
What?
Not so walking upstairs. I will be back.
Gonna go fishing
Yeah.
again.
Nope. Nope. Pick my battles. Nope. And
Not my
she's-
circus, not my monkeys, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Vanera,
I'm gonna
if you go inside at this point, you just see Kasumi go, pick my battles, not my war. Pick my battles, not my war. Or whatever she was chanting a second ago.
Yep. He's like, no, nope.
What you doing, Kasumi?
Um, I I was trying to find something to do, and Zon said he's gonna go ascend to heaven or something.
Excuse me?
Yeah, 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah, I decided that wasn't worth my stress for the day. I feel like I need to focus on other things.
Oh, immediately assume that I'm just stress related. Thanks.
Is the bell still ringing?
No, the bell was ringing when Pez up top pulled the little rope, as sort of an
that's-
interior alert.
Gotcha. She's just gonna go sit on the couch.
Okay. I would say it's around this time, Brick, that you finally do come back to the wagon, and the first thing you notice is that little rumbling sway is not happening, but you do hear a rumbling noise.
I look around, see Kasumi. What I miss?
Zon came in and said he was gonna go upstairs and ascend to the heavens or something like that, but I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna take a look to see what fun foods we can try to make in this kitchen.
Or if he went fishing without me, I'm gonna be very upset, and I start walking up the stairs.
There's fish in his heaven? That's interesting.
There would be, as I still walking.
You ain't wrong.
So we shall scooch on to try to figure out what the hell Zon's doing. What are you doing?
I want to go into the library,
Uh-huh.
pop out incense and cast divination.
Oh.
Deeper than you thought, eh?
Well, no, you're just cryptic as fuck, and I don't know what the hell you're gonna do.
Don't burn down my library.
Oh, he should burn.
Your
blown better.
library?
Yes, my library.
Your library?
To be fair, he has spent the most time in there.
He is not incorrect in that statement.
Okay, so you have a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. What would you like to ask? As Brick, by the time you come back and you catch up, Zon is
Fizzle
actually
already
being very respectful. He's not damaging anything. He's he has set up a little circle around himself with trinkets from his homeland. There's wooden carvings, bone carvings because brain work good. But he's sat himself in the middle of this circle, and he seems to be concentrating, facing one of the windows. What would you like to ask, sir?
I want to test my muzzle. If she understands the meaning of the demon's question or the demon's statement, and if there's anything that I need to know that might affect me when it comes to it. Like anything
These are
about
yes or no
myself that I
questions.
need to know.
I thought these were yes or no questions.
Well, it's about a goal, event, or activity that will occur in 7 days. That question is a little bit outside the scope of this spell.
Reply, blah, 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 blah. All of that to happen within 7 days. No. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Is there anything related to the event that we just dealt with in the main city that we're going to?
Okay.
Not the ideal question, but I actually didn't read the second part. I got halfway down, stopped.
There's a brief pause, and Brick, as you walk in and you see him sitting here meditating, you politely stay quiet, and the two of you, after a moment with no windows open, the door shut, you both feel a very gentle, cold breeze drift past you. It seems to swirl through the room. Loose leaflets of paper are kind of fluttering slightly. Pages of a book might get turned. There's a sense that the answer is no.
Don's gonna think for a little while, just ponder. There's a lot of questions he needs to ask. And after getting his answer, I guess he's gonna stand up, gather his things. Notice that Brick's been fucking standing behind him the whole fucking time.
It's like head cocked to the side.
Can I help you?
They said you were going to heaven.
The phrase I use when I say I'm going to try to talk to my mother. You know, God.
Oh.
Knock on heaven's door.
They didn't phrase it like that. Miscommunication.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. People don't usually listen to me. Oh well, downstairs I go.
As he walks past, like, want to go fishing?
Yes, in the kitchen.
There's a slight pause as he holds the door open and goes, yes, to the kitchen. While they are doing that, Kasumi and Vanera, you were still downstairs. Kasumi, you were looking to see what you could make with the materials at hand. Vanera, were you assisting or were you just watching?
I will assist.
Okay.
And get
Is there...
in the way.
Is... bother. Is there anything in particular you were looking for? Because you were supplied with a fair amount of meats and vegetables, so you have a decent amount to work with. Travel food wise, like most of the stuff you find there are closer to things for like stews, maybe roasting some meat. As far as like baking and cream puffs, didn't request for any of that. So there's a few bowls and utensils here and there that look like maybe they'd suffice, but for the most part it seems more cooking versus baking.
Okay. She is gonna go take out some of her teas, and she's gonna get a pot of tea brewing. And she is. Is there any rice in the cupboard? She's gonna look for rice.
I'm going to say no because it was not specifically requested. You were given general travel rations by Fern.
Okay.
Or it was requested from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna take a couple minutes to look for rice. When she doesn't find it, she's just kind of like, I guess tea will do for now, but we can go find some stuff. I was gonna make little rice cakes to have with the tea, but we can get that at the next town.
Be yummy. All rice balls.
Little rice balls.
So now the question I have to ask, are you using the tea weird or are you just... Okay.
Yes. I was trying to look up the name of it. I was like, I know I have the fancy tea thing. I just don't know what it's called.
It's the tea weird.
Okay.
Yeah, so you pull out the little tea weird, you fill it up with water, and you see him kind of blurble in and out of the cup, looking very excited. And as soon as you splash in the tea, it begins to sort of swirl around it and kind of ripples more. But then it eventually kind of settles down, and you begin to see steam appearing off the top of it. It just seems to excitedly burble and brew.
I'm just gonna waft the tea scents everywhere.
Just gonna kind of side eye her.
I like tea. It reminds me of home.
No, just the weird way that you're brewing it.
Oh,
Like she hadn't seen that before.
Oh,
Yeah, so Vanera basically saw you pull this little teapot out, and then you just threw the leaves in, and it started just flubber animating itself around the place, and
This little
That's
one.
not natural.
Neither is the sponge thing.
All right. You leave snail out of this.
Damn.
This is basically that, but for tea.
Does it have a name, though?
I haven't thought to name it.
Yeah. See?
because I always say incorporate your children screaming in the background, that was the sound of Pez finally getting Cassie on the move again as the rumbling seems to be subsiding. So the wagon lurches ever so slightly as he, yeah! And it seems that you are back on the move again.
Okay. Are you afraid to have the tea just because it was moving?
No.
Okay, good. It's good, I promise.
Okay. I trust you.
It's made of poison.
I will drink it first, just to prove it.
She's immune to the poison.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do for the rest of the day, more or less?
Yeah, I'm gonna fish in the living room.
Oh, right, you're
Oh.
going fishing.
And I will help.
Oh god.
Only if I need it.
You're gonna need it.
No, I'm
I'm gonna
not.
end up in the ocean
I
again.
fish more than your bitch ass does in this universe.
As Kasumi is trying to have a
Make you another hook.
pleasant tea, father and son are arguing. Okay, so I was not prepared for this.
Always be prepared for fishing.
Or the jug.
Roll a d8 for me, please, sir.
Wow, I literally have like 8 d8s and not one of these 15 dice that I took out of the bag was a fucking d8. There we go. It's 8.
It's an 8.
Is that what you got last time?
I hope not.
Vanera has no fucking idea what they're doing either.
So, Vanera, you're working with Kasumi, and you see Zahn coming down the stairs with the fishing pole, and he just sits in a chair. How are you guys setting up for this, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab one of the chairs from the table, angle it towards the door, and cast towards the door.
Is the door opened, or are you just leaving the door shut?
The door shut.
Okay, I'm just trying to paint a picture here.
Brick will grab one of the other chairs, put it right beside Zon, sit in the chair, and just like, you can tell he's kind of on the edge of his seat, just waiting to have to dive for the fishing pole.
So
Zon is
Vanera-
going to do the. To be fair, Zon is going to go into this very cautiously due to the last event.
Okay, so
That was
as
the last time.
you're having this conversation, oh wait, was she not?
She was.
This was the one that she missed.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Okay, so Vanera has actually seen this, but Kayla has not. So, as you were talking with Kasumi over the tea, you see these two yahoos set up chairs, and he's got a fishing rod. You see him reach back and cast the line, and as the hook is about to hit the door, a small, swirling little blue vortex of magic appears, and the hook goes through the portal and just seems to just zzz. And then Zahn is just...
That's not natural either.
No.
It says the unicorn who is talking to me right now.
For context to anyone else who may have missed this session as well, Zahn almost went down the sink. So, let's see. Let me brush myself up on this again.
I find it funny we're having a conversation about unnatural when you're in a group with a one-of-a-kind talking metal person.
I mean, to be
A
fair,
one-of-a-kind metal person, a one-of-a-kind rabbit person, a one-of-a-kind unicorn person, and a one-of-a-kind fox person.
I'm still not convinced you're a unicorn.
And then there's Pez.
And then there's Pez.
This is one of a kind.
What
He
if
is.
Pez's alternative motive all along is that because we are so unique is harvesting our bodies for our meat, for his meat market?
Pez is not actually a kobold. He's a dragonborn that suffers from dwarfism.
Oh.
But in actuality, he's a kobold.
Zahn, I need you
Pretty
to roll a.
One day he breathes lightning.
I need you to roll a dexterity check with advantage, please.
So that's just my mom, yeah.
Yeah.
With advantage. That wasn't a bad first roll. Well, 19 plus 3 is a 21.
21.
22.
You sit there for just a little bit, and you're very familiar with fishing. It's pretty much one of the main food options in Rokasing. So you know how to kind of tease the line, and after a moment, you get a bite.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
All of you in the downstairs, you hear the as he catches it, and he begins reeling it in. Is anyone doing anything when this happens?
I'm
I'm
bracing.
I'm
Click, 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 click.
I'm taking everyone else's preparing to brace.
Do we have like a rope or something that we should probably tie to him and like attach him to the cart somewhere?
I
next
have
time?
fished for longer than most people have lived. Let me do my job.
That worked out so well for you last time.
Yes, well, I probably caught a whale, but that's a different story.
Kasumi's gonna go find a rope.
Hold on, don't I have rope?
Fine.
Inventory.
Zon's gonna walk.
Yeah,
Wait
I
a
just
minute.
pull out 50 feet of rope.
Oh, okay.
Tie it around
Wait,
his waist, please.
Is there a pillar in the room? Like,
No.
is there like a support beam? There's no support beam?
It's on the ceiling,
I'm gonna
Okay.
sit.
but
since
it's
he's
kind of
kinda
like how
busy-
ours is. It's like the ceiling.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Since he's kind of busy, I just like tie it to where he's like tied to the chair, and then I tie that, and then I just like kind of wrap that around so that I have a good
Keep
grip
tying
on
it
it.
to things.
You have brakes that you could put on, Brick.
Zon's just gonna sit there grumbling the whole time. Not a fucking fish. Fucking shit.
I know how to fish.
That's fine. Last
so-
time, guys.
Even though everyone is kind of panicking and preparing for the worst, Zon actually seems to have a handle on it this time, and he's reeling it in as he pulls back and reels in as he goes down and all. And eventually, you do see a fish come out through the portal. It's splattering water everywhere, and it kind of thuds heavily on the ground, and it's flopping around. Kasumi, this one looks like a really familiar species. And it's definitely one that you have eaten before.
Just start sniffing.
Don's gonna walk up and with absolutely no emotion pull out a knife and stab the fucker in the head.
I want to point out you're still tied to the chair.
The chair came with him.
Chair with me.
You just hear, hurt, boof.
Oh my god!
But yes, you stab the fish, it has no chance, and there's now fish blood leaking onto the floor.
How big is this fish? Not sizable.
It's pretty hefty
Starts
fish.
tying him from the chair.
What kind is it?
What kind of fish is it?
DM, I'm super fantastic with fish. What kind of fish is it?
Looks to be like a mackerel.
Oh,
Okay. Fishes in cart catches mackerel.
so here's the question. Okay, you seem to be okay at, hatching it. Are you good
Zon
at
is just gonna look
cooking
at her
it?
this whole time like fucking like I am not.
Are you gonna cook it?
I don't know. Are you going to continue to sass me about being able to catch fish?
Listen, it's not my fault. The last time you almost went through a portal.
I just want you to realize, me plus him points to Brick. If we could pull it out, how big do you think it was?
Itty bitty.
It still doesn't change the fact you almost went through
It
the
was a
portal
koi.
last time.
So
Rick just
Goldfish.
starts here and starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And tell me when.
Zon is like, So Zon's going to
gadget arms.
He's going to unhook himself from the chair first.
Well, he did.
Second-
Brick did say that he was untying you from it.
Okay, so after Brick has untied me, Zon is going to take the fish, while staring at Kasumi this whole fucking time, put the fish in the sink, continue to look at her as I walk back towards where I was fucking sitting before, and without even fucking blinking, throw the fishing rod back where he did before. He's gonna go for another one.
Roll another d8, please.
Okay.
I'm just really hoping that one of the places this thing goes
seven
to
this
is
time.
the water plane, and that's where it was last time.
You said 7?
Yeah, actually, roll a 7.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, that's a 7. Sorry, I thought it was a 1 for a second, but it's a 7.
Okay. Roll dexterity with advantage.
Kasumi's gonna lean over to Vanera.
20,
You didn't
natural
answer
fucking
my
20.
question.
I know, I'm very concerned.
Natural 20.
Yes, 17 and a 20.
Okay.
I got squid! Don't.
Squid comes out of the portal.
Calamari!
Say Cthulhu.
Calamari.
No, Brick.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I said a squid comes out of the portal. What?
Oh, I heard Cthulhu.
Hulu good.
Why am I in this portal? Who are you people?
So as you cast the line again towards the door, just locking eyes with Kasumi, never taking them off, you just feel the bite. Start going to town with it.
Can that be the icon of the episode? Yeah.
Everybody, best fisherman pose. Good enough. I'll get it.
The weirdest
So-
fashion runway models ever.
Yeah.
We're all dressed as macros.
So as you keeping eyes with Kasumi, you pull this one out, and as it flops to the floor, you kind of, and you look over. You recognize that type of fish.
I do.
It's a cod.
What do I recognize? A what?
A cod.
Ooh.
And as you go to pick it up, it is fucking freezing.
I can't feel mine hands! It is wonderful. I will stab it in the face.
Over the floor still, or did you actually go to the sink this time?
No, I'll bring it to the sink.
Okay.
While making sure it doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, it's going to fight you the whole way, but yeah.
Oops, sorry. Yes. And is this about the same size as the mackerel?
It's a pretty decent size.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't know how big fucking fish are. I wasn't prepared to use the worldly fisher again.
Cod could be a big fish. Like, I sell them at work. They can be chunky.
Yeah. Lords and in charge. So, what's next?
I'm making fish tonight, baby.
Brick will every now and then just kind of look up at where the little cuckoo bird comes out and just kind of, no, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else?
Zon will start after making sure the fishes are dead. We'll start
Dead.
cleaning the fish. Tonight we feast on fish.
You're cooking dinner?
I know how to cook fish.
Oh, the
hope-
temptation.
I hope. Or I just eat the whole fucking thing. raw. Who
Hold on.
fucking
No,
knows?
he said I hope. Okay. Medicine check.
Oh, okay.
We're having sushi.
Medicine is wisdom. Okay. 16.
16. The cod you're able to take apart pretty easily. The mackerel you've never seen before. It's a little strange, but as you start cutting into it, you realize that, oh, okay, it's the same basic thing.
It's a fish.
Yeah. But it's still, in the time that you've been on the sea and fishing, you've never seen one like this before. So it's a interesting endeavor.
And you see something new every day. Oh, Real fast, because I'll look around in the cupboard, see if we can find like a little towel.
Oh, there's plenty of towels and basic utensils to.
Then we'll throw one to Brick. Can you please clean the floor? Where the fish was.
Okay. Brick looks down at the floor. I'm just seeing if I can do anything. Oh, yeah. He kind of tosses the towel up, and then a mage hand catches it and just starts scrubbing the floor.
Well, I'm just gonna go sit on the couch and just prop my feet up.
The girls are gonna take a night off.
Son's just gonna sit here and go over in his head like...
Brick.
Yep.
You toss the towel up. You attempt to cast Mage Hand. Nothing happens. The towel just to the floor.
He tries to cast it again.
Brick, the floor doesn't get cleaned by snapping.
You attempt to cast the spell again, being a little worried. The hand appears, goes, grabs the towel, begins scrubbing.
After it's done, Brick is gonna go. He's gonna go up to the workshop and try to perform some diagnostics on himself. Try to like pop some stuff open and kind of tinker around and make sure everything's working okay.
Okay. You have Tinker's tools, yes?
Mhm.
Okay. Make a Tinker tool check. And while Brick kind of finishes cleaning up and goes upstairs wordlessly, what are the rest of you doing? I know Zahn is preparing to cook.
I'm actually gonna get out of my armor and shit. Some more
Okay.
casual clothes.
It'll take you about an hour to do. You are wearing heavy armor. It takes you roughly an hour to get in and out of armor.
Done. In an hour.
Tinker tools are just roll plus proficiency. I don't add any other thing to it, right?
I thought Tinker's tools was like dexterity or something, was it not? Or is that's Thieves' tools?
That's thieves' tools because it's a. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if Tinker's tools is ever like associated with any stat.
You know, now that I'm saying it, I don't quite remember. I don't know that it actually says anything for it. Tinker's tools. Da-da-da-da. Let you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks that you make. Well, okay. So, investigation check then, and add your proficiency.
Okay. That's perfect because I don't have proficiency usually with investigations. So, 21.
21. You do a fairly thorough inspection of your arms, your wrists, finding yourself a mirror and kind of, checking things out. Everything seems to be working. You're not feeling any stiffness or anything, no motor functions hampered. You didn't really take any damage the last fight that you can recall.
I took a little damage.
Oh, that's true. You did fall out the window.
But
didn't
thinking
take a
back and knowing this has been happening a couple of times, and thinking back to Zahn, who apparently has a direct line to a deity, he's gonna go back downstairs and talk to Zahn.
As you head back down, you see Zahn is getting the last little bit of his armor off and setting it off to the side, and is beginning to head back towards the basin to finish working on the fish. What Kasumi and Vanera, are you guys doing anything while all this is happening? Because basically, Zahn began to start like gutting this thing and getting blood all over himself. He goes, "Wait a minute."
Just relaxing.
Oh, that's right. The ladies are watching the men work. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, sorry. Please continue.
So Brick will walk in and he'll kind of softly call out to Zahn with a little bit of an inflection you're not sure you've ever heard in his voice before, if very many times, if at all. Father.
Yes.
You said you had a direct line to your mother, the deity.
Well, technically, I can try any deity. But yes.
I need to ask them a question.
It's gonna have to wait till after a little while longer, unfortunately.
Very well.
Is everything okay? Need to get something off your chest, little man?
The thing that happened in the freezer happened again.
Zon's
you
gonna
locked
sit
me.
there. Zon's gonna just think there. Was this a sponge thing?
When you locked me in the freezer and my magic wouldn't work. Jesus.
Zon's gonna be like, yeah, is that time? What time was that?
This is when we have ferns. Never mind. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now. Well, that seems unfortunate. Wait. Oh, that's right, you used the little magic-y hand to clean the floor. You are lazy.
It didn't work the first time.
Make it happen again.
Rick will snap his fingers and see if the mage hand appears.
The hand appears like you would expect. It kind of popped up and waves. Whatever you want it to
Pez
do.
is back.
Oh, Pez is back? Okay. We'll finish up this conversation, then we'll take a break and get Pez back in here.
Well, I need at least sleep before we try to do this again. And since we're on the road for a few days, I can see if I can knock on, well, what is, Shortle Dwarven's man's name? Boler?
That would be appreciated.
We will see if he likes to, brag about his creations. Maybe he will actually answer. Also, we had to be kind of specific about the question, so hey, who knows what will happen.
All right.
You could always try, praying to him at night, though. Kind of like, reach out. You never know. I mean, shoot, my mother talks to me at night, but my mother didn't show up for my birthday. I have to be angry at her for that later.
I'll do
I'm
my
just gonna
best.
constantly think about that now, nothing else other than gutting fish.
He's now very aggressively gutting the fish.
All right, Brick will just go sit in the corner and brood.
Okay. Anything else you all would like to accomplish?
Make a fantastic dinner.
Okay. Well, then we are going to take a little bit of a break here, go to the bathroom, get some snacks, get Pez in here, and so long as there's nothing that he wants to do for the first part of the day, we'll probably just advance on to when you're breaking for camp and all. So we will be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, and we are back. It was a very short break.
Yeah.
But we have the Pez now. Everything is right with the world. So, the last there we left off, Brick asked to have Zahn speak to a deity to ask questions, while Zahn was preparing some nice fish to cook for that evening. The day has gone on. Pez eventually finds a nice place to pull off to the side, steers Cassie around. The wagon is parked. What would you all like to do as you munch on fish that appear to have come from two completely different parts of the world?
So, how does everybody like the dinner?
This fish tastes like fish.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh, yeah!
Well, you have 2 to try. You have 2 to try.
No, come back, he says.
Natural 20. Brick really likes fish.
Which fish though? There's 2.
Yeah, which one? The one from my homeland or from Kasumi's homeland?
Mackerel or cod? Mackerel or cod?
Well, since
hold on.
it
Next
was-
words wisely.
Wait, the DM will decide. I will flip a coin. The mackerel is one, the cod is the other.
Macaroni
the
or
other.
corn on the cob?
Yay, he
You
likes
like the
fish
cod.
more.
Okay, I like the cod, and for the mackerel,
Macaroni.
12. Not bad.
I don't know, it tastes a little fishy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Over
You've
here.
been added. Cod and mackerel.
You misspelled macaroni.
Two
You're
cannibals are
macaroni.
eating a clown.
I
One
am.
looks to the other. Does this taste a little funny to you?
Well, I'm sorry, I do not have the ability to make the
It's trying to see if Brick would choke on a bone or something. I rolled really low
Much.
though.
But it's the things that you guys use sticks for.
Are you talking about sushi?
Yes, that fun.
Mm.
I do not
You
have
know-
seen.
I will say I am impressed. I don't know why. There's just something about your demeanor, but I didn't peg you as someone who could cook this well.
Wait, what are you using those sticks for?
Oh, they're used to pick up the fish.
You don't. You have perfectly good 10 sticks right here.
No.
It's very impolite to use your hands.
Wait, don't you only have 8?
I don't know. I can't count up to 5.
I was about to say, like, I'm gonna make Pez contemplate how many hands or fingers his character has. But I appreciate the compliment.
I'm just saying it's very good.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I've said this 100 times. I used to live on boats. I mean, do you think we just starved from here to there? Here to there?
No, I just thought someone else did the cooking.
Okay. Going to level this out here. So, my father taught me to be self-sufficient, so that when I was alone, I could take care of myself. It also kill anything that I needed to, but that's besides the point.
Vanera is not impressed.
Pigs are paid. No more fish for you. I'm just teasing. That's mean.
Are we stopping the cart for the night?
The cart has been stopped. And that's mostly why you're all downstairs eating.
Yes.
Gotcha. After I'm done sampling my plate, I'm gonna look at Kasumi. May I borrow the campsite again?
Yes, just don't break it this time.
Understood.
The cart? No,
I need a fire.
Zan's gonna gesture the other way at the forest on the other fucking side of the...
This is easier. Just and then she
I've learned my
hands break the
lesson.
backpack.
I've learned my lesson as I walk out the door.
Okay. So, Brick, you go outside, and once more, as the 100 times you've done it so far, you set the bag down, open the flap, tents, chairs, the firestones, poof, everything's ready to go.
He'll sit there and kind of look in the fire, take a deep breath, which is unusual because he doesn't need to, but he's feeling the nerves.
His mouth just opens, and you hear a falsified sound of breath.
What's that?
So yes, sorry. So you set the fire. You sit down, prepare yourself.
All right. This worked last time, so I know you're at least somewhat listening.
San's gonna poke him and interrupt him and hold a piece of incense next to his head.
I'll take the incense and chuck it into the fire.
Say, hey, go have fun, big guy.
Kind of.
Go ahead.
He'll wait till he hears footsteps fading back into the cart. As I was saying, Bowler, I know you're listening. Something's wrong. Any godly insight would be appreciated. Please. And then he just waits.
So you chuck the incense into the fire, and you speak your request, and you wait a few moments, and nothing seems to happen. It's a quiet night. You hear the leaves rustling in the breeze. It's very calming. There's a few insects. You see the low rumbles of some distant beasts. There's no response. You get excited at one point. You hear the snapping of a log as water or a gas pocket escapes, but there's no face, there's no voice.
Sorry.
Nasty.
He'll sit there for a bit longer, just sort of holding out hope. But as that kind of fades, he'll kind of just keep sitting there, not defeated, but disappointed. He'll get up to kind of start packing it up. And right before he does, he stops. Vidal, this is your area, isn't it? So you must really be listening. I'm not one of your worshippers, and I doubt you recognize me as much of anything. But if you're listening, I could really use some help. I've already helped your people a little bit, however self-serving it might have been.
Guilt trip of God.
No, just pleading. I could really use some help in return. And then he'll just kind of wait.
The same nighttime sounds greet you. No response, no change.
He'll tap the campsite so it goes back in the bag and dejectedly head back inside the cart.
Okay. Brick wasn't gone for too terribly long. The rest of you are still within, enjoying your meal, when Brick comes back with the campsite in its bag, looking fairly dejected.
Just hand it over to Kasumi.
Ah, did it go, big guy?
More than I thought, less than what I'd hoped.
So...
Nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah, see, that makes a lot more sense than the other parts that you said, I didn't understand. Maybe next time, big guy. Hey, you at least gave it the magic school try.
Insert school name here. Try.
They have those, right? Not
What
crazy.
What were you trying to do?
See if I could get any deity to respond. Something
Yeah.
is interfering with my magic.
I
I
can
have a
try.
question.
If you would be willing,
There were a few
Vanera.
comments there. I didn't quite hear.
Veneer's
between.
first.
I said I could try.
If you would be willing, Vanera, I'd appreciate it.
Kasumi, what'd you say?
Yeah, I was just gonna see exactly what his question was to see if it's something that I might be able to help as well.
Just was gonna ask any deity who answered if A, they knew what was ailing me, and B, if they knew a way to fix it. I mean, step one, do you know what it is, and go from there.
Well, just be a little more specific than that. At least in my case. Sounds good looking, Vanera. It may be yours.
What do you mean?
Do you?
Well, usually we have to ask the question and have it happen soon, which I don't know counts for him. Well, it might. Who knows? You can ask if you're going to die in 7 days. The DM's like, baby.
I figured that do you know what's wrong with me is a fairly standard yes or no question. I figure that's the best way to get an answer.
Well, you could split the package. You can use pulses at the same time, going upstairs to brood more, and to go angrily pray to my mother. Just gonna stomp up the stairs.
Is he okay?
I don't think his mom said happy birthday.
Oh, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Hmm.
I offered to take him home, but he said no.
I know, Vanera, your book. Are you able to communicate through your book? No. Okay.
I can't even read my book.
No.
Sorry.
She can't!
It threw me off guard.
No one can! She holds it up and is like, no one can!
Can I take another crack at that there book?
The blank pages are so good.
Can you read it now? Can you...
Can I read it?
No.
Do I no. I want her to roll.
I know. Go ahead and roll.
I don't know what to roll.
You are not able to read it. You definitely see characters and words that you recognize, but as soon as you make that mental connection, they've changed.
I saw the word stick.
Write that down. Write that down.
No.
No. No.
Did he?
I'm
No.
curious. Please continue.
Did he just guess?
I'm trying to
Wheel of
think.
Fortune.
Okay.
Are you a genius?
So in my altar, upstairs with Shenshay,
Mm-hmm.
is there a big enough like ashtray for me to start a small fire?
Technically, you can start a fire wherever you want.
Well, without burning
Good.
down the place.
How big of a thing are you looking here?
I mean, like
a little, yeah, that's
a
fine.
little twig fire.
That's fine.
Little
Um,
Bunsen burner.
A little cauldron work. So I have, from reading my book, I did read that there might be a way that I can summon a vision from Shenshay, but I can't guarantee it'll work. I can try it.
I'll try anything.
Okay. And then also, like, if Vanera is able to try too, I mean, hopefully at least one of us can get something.
Is it nighttime yet?
It has been nighttime for a little while.
She's gonna stomp outside, go sit on a rock, and meditate. Call for Nefeli.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go up to my altar.
Do you have dark vision, Vanera?
No.
An hamburger, his sister, is her seeing eye raptor.
She's gonna get surrounded by Oronosauruses, and they're just gonna be like,
Hi.
So Vanera walks outside. The clockwork fireflies that were never put away every night come out through whatever open window or door there is and just scatter around the wagon to give just general dim light around the area. And with some of them, you are able to find what kind of looks like a rock, turns out to be a log. But you sit down, begin to commune. And Kasumi, you do the same. What specifically are either you casting a spell or are you just praying to your deities?
is praying.
Okay.
So I am casting the draconic rune casting.
Okay.
So, and I'm doing the 7 bones for the vision.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that time to inscribe Shenshay's name on the bones, while the fire's getting warmed up.
Okay. Kasumi is up in the room doing that. Vanera, you being outside, you can see the light coming through the window that's behind her shrine, kind of doing that flickering, pulsing that fire would do. What do you say to Nefeli, Vanera? Or what are you praying to her for?
There are cause for concerns with one of my party members. And we are hoping maybe someone has answers or can point us in the right direction.
Okay. As you do your best to connect to Nefeli and stretch your will out to where you remember the general direction where you know her home region to be, you're used to getting some kind of response, a little plant growth, a creature coming to your call. The night is silent. There are still the chitterings of insects and the occasional distant rumbling noises off in the distance, but from what you're used to, no response.
Can I put feelers out for Kadal too?
You can certainly try. Same question?
Yes. And then I want to be snarky in a kind way. Be like, I'm not saying bitch, but also, bitch, you wrote this journal too. Please answer me.
Impure being.
She does not say bitch. Keep that in mind. She does not. Kadal, you wrote this journal too. Please answer. Please.
Bitch.
Bitch. Please.
You're an idiot! You...
Please.
No response.
You're a jerk. Get smited.
You just hear from the tower, language!
Kasumi, you finish inscribing the runes on the bones. What is your question?
So she's gonna focus for a minute, and she's gonna kind of speak to the shrine and just say, Shenshei, our friend Brick is having a dilemma where his magic is not working the way it should, and in order for me to get what I need done and to find your medallion, I really need him, and I need him at his full ability. So if you could share any insight or lead us in a path that can help him fix this, we'd be all grateful. And then she just casts the bones in the fire.
Okay. You throw the rune-carved bones into the flames, and the last time you had done it, the runes flared to magical life, turned to dust, and you received a response. As you throw the bones in this time, they sit there, they begin to blacken with soot. The bone splinters after a moment as the heat reaches inside and expands the lingering gases. No flare of magic, no response. You also do not feel any of the lashback that you had before. It's as if you just threw bones into the fire.
Okay. She's gonna wait for a second longer, and then when she sees that all of the bones have turned to ash, she's going to put the fire out with the water and walk back downstairs.
You definitely, as you are putting it out and reflecting, definitely feels like something did not work.
Mm-hmm.
So, eventually, Kasumi comes down from her shrine. Vanera stomps angrily from outside.
Doesn't look like good news.
Everyone's quiet.
Did you not get any responses?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. I feel like something was wrong, though. Nothing happened. No reaction.
Mm-mm.
Not even a strong no.
Mm-mm.
Just nothing.
Zahn, having seen Kasumi probably walk past him while he brooded. Oh, more. He's gonna pop his head in the kitchen. So, how does it go?
Trying to speak with deities, and it's not working.
Make it all?
Mm-mm.
Vanera?
Have we?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Have y'all considered calling Mr. the Traveler?
I mean, we're traveling. So
Well,
And as much as I appreciate everything he's done for us, he doesn't seem like the most well-informed god.
I like him.
It's not necessarily true, but it's also not necessarily wrong. He's a
He
sphere type.
knows a lot about what he wants to know a lot about, but it's not. He doesn't exactly expand his horizons when he doesn't have to.
As this isn't his territory, he's a Pietzo. What if my mother answered me? Sorry, Mom.
I meant to say merchant, not traveler.
We knew who you
Oh.
meant.
Yeah.
I wonder why my mom was the one to answer. This is strange.
Is it possible that whatever is affecting me is affecting a wider area?
I don't know.
1 second, I need to roll to see if I'm stupid.
Believe me,
why
you don't
not?
need to roll to see that.
Well, apparently I rolled to be stupid, so,
Told you.
Oh no.
well, I guess I'll just keep it first level. It's gonna cast detect, or not detect, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna cast Fog Cloud in the cart.
As you were all concerned and brooding over the fact that none of your deities have been responding, smoke bomb! And just... Vanera, you know what's up, but everyone else...
My time has come.
All of a sudden, none of you can really see. It's...
My asthma kicks up.
You just hear Zahn from the fog. Think my stuff's still working.
You don't have to yell. We're right here.
What?
I can't hear you!
Where are you, Vanera?
She goes and stands right in front of him and gives him head pats.
The fog is too thick. I can't hear you.
Pez, you
Yeah,
actually
that-
feel very moisturized suddenly as well. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice.
Ugh.
Got a little dew getting in places.
Kasumi's gonna go into fox form and start like flat body crawling so she can be out of the smoke.
Does she see this?
You absolutely see this.
Can I go pick Kasumi up?
Kasumi, you're commando crawling through the fog. You just
Just freeway hanging there.
I'm not gonna. It's 40. It's a 20 foot. It's 40 feet around. It's the whole fucking.
yeah, the
interior
whole
of this
bottom
bitch.
floor is just fog.
Gonna go put Kasumi like on the stairs, like right on top of the fog, so that she can just peer down.
And when you
Well-
first pick her up, she looks like a scolded
Is she
cat.
slinky?
Like, she looks like a scolded cat. Like you're just like bad.
Is it the
Hang in
underarm hold, or is it like the noodle bend in the middle?
But yeah.
Well, Father, I'm glad your magic works. Can you get rid of it?
Zahn contemplates doing something dumb, but then just stops concentrating on it, and the smoke cloud disperses.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. I need to do that.
Note to self: let's not feed him fish anymore, because that was stinky.
Little briny.
Salty.
Roll to see if you like the taste.
Yeah, do it, Brick. Roll to see if you like my taste.
Okay, stop it. The joke's done. Moving on.
Gonna have nightmares about that one.
Yep, you're welcome.
Well, I guess we'll just keep a lookout. I don't know.
Are you
Seems
all
like
going to be
we've
keeping
been
watch, or...
Yeah, speaking of lookout, dibs on last watch.
I'm just gonna post mortar again.
I can do the first one.
I'll do the middle.
Okay. Anyone taking last watch? Oh, Pez is taking last watch. Right. Okay. So, you all go to your respective rooms. Zahn, where are you taking your watch?
Sit up in the tower.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sit up in the tower.
All right. So, Zahn, you go on up into the tower. Make a perception check, please.
I'm gonna pop mortar into existence and it'll sit on top of the tower.
Okay. Have him roll perception as well, please.
Where is perception?
Yes, sir.
Persuasion, perform. Oh, Jesus Christ! That's just like
Alphabet's hard.
It's hard. It's 50.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
15 for mortar as well.
Okay. The pair of you sit in the watchtower. It's a fairly quiet night. Even some of the low rumblings some of you had heard throughout the earlier evening drift off as pretty much everything goes to sleep at this point. Still a few buzzing insects. Nothing much really happens during your watch until the end. Zon, it's difficult for you to see because you don't have dark vision, but towards the end, you begin to realize that the light of the clockwork fireflies, you're able to see the radius around them as a fog begins to roll in. A natural fog.
What? You see anything, big guy?
Who?
Wait, didn't we determine that I can understand him?
If you cast Speak with Animals, I think.
No, what does he actually speak?
He's Fey.
It's technically a fey creature.
He does understand Common.
Oh, but he can't speak it. Okay, that's right. It's no. So okay, never mind. We'll just kind of look at him, just like.
Mortar just
My
looks
sentence.
bored. He's just like, God damn it, another night sitting out here.
Okay, good. That's all you were gonna say.
Yeah, that's it. You don't understand him. He just has that indignant look that owls generally have.
I will.
It's just making me think of that picture. It's like, your force field displeases me, as does your interior decorating.
We'll pat Mortar on the head softly, like, I'm going to bed. Zephyr, somebody be. Wait. I forgot who's taking. Oh, that's right, Vanera. I'm going to go get Vanera. She will be back. Maybe. I will search for Vanera, because I have no fucking clue where she went to bed.
In a room.
There's only so many rooms to look through.
So, I will find her. Nova. Wake up, sleepyhead.
Oh God.
How are you
Yes?
doing?
Oh, is it my turn already?
It is your turn already.
Okay.
Now.
She goes up in the tower.
Okay.
Oh. Hello, Mortar. Oh, hi, Mortar.
Who?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Now, does she see the fog?
You are aware of it. It does not hinder you.
Do I see anything in the fog?
Make a perception check.
Mortar
too.
Perception.
At this point, it's
so
going to be a
good.
disadvantage for Mortar.
Well, he gets
The fog.
advantage automatically, so it's straight.
Yes.
Okay.
The disgrace.
What'd you
Natural
get?
20 for a 23.
22.
Damn.
Natural 20 as well?
No.
No? Okay. You looked really excited, so I thought it was going to be a.
I mean, it was still high.
The first little bit of your watch is going fairly quietly. The fog gets to be a bit thicker. Mortar's having a little bit harder of a time seeing anything, even with his dark vision. Partway through the night, a pair of you hear a rumble. A single rumble. A few moments pass. There's another one. It's louder. Another few moments pass. And it's a very loud rumble. The wagon shakes. I need everyone to roll a perception check. Those of you who are asleep, disadvantage.
We need to roll it again, even though we just.
Sorry, that was meant for the ones that are asleep need to roll this. Apologies. I misspoke.
Do I see this thing that's supposedly here?
Um,
Fine.
you do not see anything, but you hear
Yep.
it and you feel it.
11.
11.
Is
Pez slept
mine
through it.
Is mine a disadvantage, or because Warforged are wonky?
You know what? No, you're not at disadvantage because you're still technically awake.
Okay, that puts it at perception. 18.
18. Kasumi?
8.
Oh,
Nope. Dead to the world. Zahn?
21.
21. Brick, while you do notice this and you feel it, since you were still technically in your inactive state, you recognize it, you understand it happened, but you're still in your quasi-powered down state. You'll be able to react to it once you, like, activate.
Yeah, I mean, I have Mortar. If anything actually happens, he'll fly down and, like, peck me on the head.
He has
while I
his
wake up.
instructions. Mortar does hear it, and he feels it same as Vanera and yourself. And Vanera, you see Mortar's head swivel in the direction that you were heading down the road. Zahn, you feel this, and wherever you were sleeping, if you're on something, you fall off of it, startled awake, and if you're just kind of on the floor or whatever, then you are bolt upright, just like, what the fuck just happened? Vanera and Mortar, again, a few moments pass, and you're gripping onto the edge of the watchtower, and you hear another distant thud. A few more moments pass, another thud. It's gone.
is the fog still here?
The fog is still very much there. So Zahn, you have been startled awake. Is there anything you were...
Gonna quiet. Even though I'm inside of a fucking car, I'm still gonna be quiet and walk up to the tower cautiously.
So Vanera, while he's making his way up to you, is there anything you were doing before he arrives?
Am I able to cast Speak with Animals if I can't see anything? Like, is there a radius to speak with animals? Or can I send out, like, a blip?
That is an excellent question. Let me take a peek at it. No, it's essentially just you gain the ability to speak. So if something is within earshot, it could respond if it wanted to.
Is it still, like, within earshot?
Mm-hmm. So basically, if you're just... It's not like something you can see. It's just, I now can be understood and understand animals. So you can just, Snow White that bitch and just like, ah! And you could get... Sorry.
I was so fucking thrown off by that.
Hold on.
Now I'm just thinking of Shrek 2.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Vanera just yells out, and all of a sudden, 7 dwarves.
Yeah, actually, I would like to.
Okay. So you cast Speak with Animals.
And just...
What do you say?
putting feelers out to Nepheli and just being like, please don't let this be the biggest mistake ever. And just... Is someone there?
You speak this out.
Yes.
Okay.
Mortar just gives you a look like, really? We're doing this?
To be fair, there's no horror movies to watch to know that this is a bad idea yet. You ask this question. You wait for a response. And then you get that little prickling sensation on the back of your neck that something's there. you turn around and Cassie's head is up in the tower beside you, and kind of got like puppy dog thunder eyes, you know, like they're just kind of spooked.
Just gonna.
You're like, I don't like it.
Do you know what's out there?
No, but shook the ground. It's big.
Have you felt something like that before?
No.
She's gonna turn to Mortar.
Who?
You gotta speak with animals. You can do your British accent.
No.
He's a fey creature.
He is a fey creature. She cannot speak fey.
Yeah, that's. I've always wondered if that technically I don't know. Go ahead.
Mortar, can you fly really high and see if you can see anything?
Mortar is technically a fey creature. He's not a beast.
Oh,
But-
but he can
but-
understand common though.
But he can understand you. He just can't say anything back.
Right.
So
I'll deal with that later.
Right. So say what you were asking again for me, please.
I was like, Mortar, can you go see if you can see something? Like, don't try to disturb anything if you do, but can you just fly close enough but high enough to just see if there's something else out there?
He kind of gives a little like you know how the bird's feathers kind of like just like raise up. He's like, whoo. He sort of like hobbles up to the edge, and he within like for anyone else like 2-3 feet vanished, but you're able to see him at least until the light from the clockwork fireflies fade out, and he goes off in the direction that you indicated. Brick perception disadvantage, which would even you out.
It's only gonna be a 13.
13.
Good.
A few minutes go by. You don't even hear Mortar come back. There's just the talons on the wood as he lands kind of behind you. He sort of like begins to hobble back around to where he was before.
He gives me scritches.
Tilts his head so you can get the right spot. Does his best impression of a shrug that an owl can do, but he's not able to properly communicate with you.
Okay. She's not gonna push her luck anymore. Just let it be.
Okay.
And finish out her watch.
Cassie seems intent on staying awake with you.
She's not going to wake Pez. She will finish the watch.
You're gonna do...
She can see.
Okay.
She will finish the watch.
You will not get a long rest, and you will suffer a
Okay.
point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay. So, the rest of the night passes without much fault. Cassie stays up for a little bit longer, but with you comforting her, no more noises. Eventually, the head goes back through the gloom, and she curls herself up at the back of the wagon, closer to where you are. Eventually, the light of day comes. You're able to see pretty well. Everyone else, you wake up as the light in the windows is brighter, but not the usual sparkling rays of sunshine that you are used to. It's a very cloudy, very foggy day.
In the sunlight, since I can still see past the fog, do I see anything, any footprints, any marks on the ground?
Make a perception check. Don't you at me?
15.
15. From your current vantage point in the tower, you look in the directions you had heard the sound, and there doesn't appear to be anything immediately visible.
Cassie awake now?
You peer over the back side of the wagon, and she's got her head down. You see her chest rising and falling. Whether she's awake and just kind of napping or is properly asleep is kind of hard to tell. She seems comfy.
I don't think. How do I add a point of exhaustion?
If you click up on conditions,
Conditions. Da.
you may have to scroll down to the bottom of that list.
Oh, exhaustion. Okay. So what does this do?
Disadvantage on skill checks, I believe.
On ability checks.
Ability checks.
Okay. Can I cast Pass Without a Trace?
Yes.
And this is an at-will thing.
Mhm.
And I am going to not necessarily like sneak out, because it's like if they wake up, that's perfectly fine because it's daytime. But she wants to sneak out, not too terribly far from the cart, but there was definitely something out there last night. And since she couldn't see anything from the cart, she wants to go see if she can see anything down on the ground.
Okay. How far away are you going from the wagon?
A good, like, maybe 10, 15 feet at first, just to see if it was that close.
Okay. You go a little bit ahead. As you come down through the front door, you kind of glance to the right and you see Cassie's head kind of appear around the corner as the door opens and looks at you. You walk a little ways in front of the cart and you don't see anything nearby. And the rest of you
Just gonna
will
keep
eventually
going.
begin to awaken. You're going to keep going? Sorry?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. How far away are you going? Like, how far do you want to search?
I still want the cart in sight. I don't want to lose sight of the cart.
Okay. So you keep walking. The road's fairly straight. And you're stealthing?
Yeah.
Stealth check.
Think you can get away with this without rolling dice.
It's disadvantage, but plus 10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Stealth. Roll at disadvantage. Okay, so an 8, so 10 plus 10, so 20.
Okay. It takes you a bit of time. You're being very careful, keeping an ear out. Eventually, further down the way, because of the fog and it's sort of muffling everything, you're not really able to hear as the rest of your party wake up. And Pez, you realize that, oh shit, it's morning.
Oh shit, I slept in.
And Vanera never woke you up for your shift.
I'm going to vibrate and try to look for... I'm concerned.
So you go up to the watchtower. She's not there. Mortar's there. Looks completely unconcerned.
Order. Where's she?
Who?
I will eat you. And I just, like, falcon dive off of the thing
What?
to the thing. To
Are you
the
jumping out of the
bench.
tower?
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
you're going
the
from the
bench.
tower to the bench. Okay.
Yeah.
You run up to the bench. It's very easy to get there. You're small, you're nimble. Cassie is not up at the front.
Can I, like, look for her?
Cassie?
No, for Vanera.
Oh, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Can I flip up my frills as, like, a radar dish?
You
Radar?
try, but they're kind of like...
They're still
They're still
swimming?
wavy.
Yeah. No one's taken care of that yet.
Why
We're
would we?
going to.
8.
Nice.
8. It is foggy. But as you have been making these noises, you hear and almost feel the presence as Cassie lumbers around the side of the wagon and peers her head up at you, sitting in you're in the driver's seat area.
I cast Speak with Animals instantly.
Where is she?
Cassie kind of tilts her head and looks off towards the way the road is going. Went off that way.
I narrow to run after.
Somehow jumps off of that thing like a fucking falcon. Lands like a pro.
Probably lands on Cassie's head and just slides down her body.
Fred Flintstone the shit out of that. Hell yes.
Yep.
So you get down and you just take off down the road.
Yep.
Okay.
I draw a gun also.
Make another perception check at disadvantage. While he's doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
Zon stretching, waking up in the living room.
You're both currently unaware that 2 of your party members have left the wagon.
Doing the big stretch.
I'm hungry. Where's the food? Zon walks over to the pantry to see what he can get the snack on for breakfast.
Rick will, he's probably been up and about for about 2 hours now, but he snaps his fingers to poof mortar resistance and get the download. And all right.
On that jaunty little flight that he had taken, you learned that he actually had trouble finding his way back to the wagon. Like, he flew out, but it was so densely foggy, he could almost see no ground, no trees, so he attempted to circle back, missed the wagon by a bit, and was luckily able to see the light from one of the fireflies to get back to the tower.
All right.
And as he says this, you look out the window, and yep, can't see
Foggy still?
shit.
Okay. I'll go downstairs, and I'm assuming I see at least Zon, maybe Kasumi.
You probably hear me. I'm not sure if you see me.
We might need to go get Vanera, and now Pez.
What?
I am hungry.
Vanera just took off down the road, and Pez went out to look for her.
Yes, that'll be fine. Oh,
It's so early.
yeah. Plus, I need to put my arm on. So you can just look at the pile of armor that he took off last night. I don't want to do it.
All right. Kasumi is going to bonus action dash out the cart.
We just cannot stay together today.
She is gonna go in fox form, by the way.
Okay.
For my perception check.
Vanera, you're muted, I think. Couldn't hear what you were saying.
Not muted, just turned on. Can she see everyone just like running outside haphazardly?
Well, you've actually been going for a bit. I'm going to get to you in just a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Pez, what did you say again? Sorry?
Fine, I sit here.
My dice was a mimic, so it was a natural 1 at disadvantage, so 7 for my perception.
Yeah, you're not able to see anything. You are sprinting and hoping that your feet are landing where you want them to. Bricken's on. You see Kasumi take out the door. Vanera, you've been going for a little while. You don't hear anything for a minute, either in front or behind you. The fog seems to be muffling a lot of the noise. But you're going slow, you're going steady, and a good little ways away from the car. You've been sneaking around for 5-10 minutes maybe. You're still able to see the cart off in the distance, but at this point, while the cart is still relatively small, what's in front of you is much more concerning. You've come to the edge of what appears to be a tremendously large footprint. The road, which is wide enough for 2 large wagons to pass side by side, seems to very easily fit within just the arch of this footprint.
Wait, so help my brain understand how big this
So
is.
imagine that this is the road that your wagon can fit on and another car can pass still on the road. It can fit within the arch of the foot.
Oh. She big.
Vanera, as you are marveling over this and are just wholly distracted by this, Pez, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$15.
15. Vanera, before you realize it, Pez has run into the footprint.
She tries to grab him.
He's already gone and out of your grip, but with that particular roll, he tucks and saves, and he hears you gasping. And Pez, you don't know what the hell. You were running, and then you're just kind of like... just falling, and you manage to land, tuck, roll, and you're back up to your feet. But you definitely heard Vanera's exclamation.
I look at Vanera and like tears are kind of in my eyes, and I'm like, "Don't, please don't run off, Clover. Vanera, please don't."
I'm not running off.
Okay, you just.
Do you know what you're standing in?
I don't care right now. I'm more concerned about you. What is this?
He can barely see you.
She's gonna lean down as best she can and like pick him up and get him, tuck him into her side.
Okay. Kasumi, can you make a perception check for me too, please?
Mm-hmm.
At disadvantage because of the fog.
Oh, that is a 6.
A 6.
Do they? Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say, Pez should get stealth checks now, unless it's been more than 10 minutes.
I would say that you're on the cusp of the end of 10 minutes. Like you're teetering there.
Okay.
Vanera, what's your passive perception, Vanera?
Passive perception. 14.
14. As you were helping Pez up, where you had been hyper focused on what the fuck, now you're a little bit more aware of your surroundings, and you hear the little of Kasumi.
Yoink.
So Kasumi, you are unable to see very well, and then as you were sprinting, you have this instinctual moment of, oh my god, what the fuck? As Vanera just like grabs you and your little feet are still batting at the air as she keeps you from running off the edge. Which is a decent 3-4 foot drop.
There's definitely a few little yelps that escape her as you...
I promise, it's just me. Shh, be quiet.
Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep.
Yeah, you're gonna hold her like Boba.
It's fine. It's fine.
Did she say which direction it goes in? Like the footprints are obviously going in one direction, right?
Judging by the way that you had heard it the night before, it seems to be going from a northwest to southeast direction.
Okay. Does she know what these footprints are?
You have no idea.
Nothing?
It's
dinosaur?
It looks humanoid. As in a heel, arch, ball, 5 toes.
Mm-mm. She holds Kasumi, takes Pez's hand, and marches their ass back to the cart.
Back to the bus.
Miss Frizzle is done. We're getting back to the bus.
There's a caption right there.
Yep.
My grip on her hand is like really tight.
Yes.
Okay. So, with Pass Without a Trace eventually fading, and there's a little bit of a rush to get back, the trip back to the wagon seems very uneventful, but eventually you do get back there. Brick and Zahn are still within the wagon, I'm assuming. They weren't gone for very long, no more than 10, 15 minutes from when you woke
Zahn
up.
still strapping shit on. I am complicated. So where have you all been?
There was something out there last night.
Well, yeah, it's a forest filled with dinosaurs.
It wasn't a dinosaur.
Do we know what it was?
Big
It's-
cat.
Its foot was bigger than this cart.
Where was the foot?
In the path in front of us. It's a little ways off. Like, I mean, I could still see the cart, but
So towards us, away from the going up north, south.
away from us in the path. It
Zahn
stepped
is
on the
gonna
path.
Zahn is going to think for a moment.
That's dangerous.
Do I?
Rick. Oops, sorry.
I was just gonna ask, like, do I know of any large humanoid creature? Being a ranger.
You are aware of giants, but without being able to see the full scale of the footprint that you had fallen into, it's hard for you to really guess. You just know that Vanera told you that it was a large footprint. You're not even sure. I mean, apart from her telling you on the way back, you would not have been able to see it.
So go ahead.
No, you talk first. Go ahead.
So, Brick, didn't you say something about what's his friend's store being closed yesterday?
Yes. No. Did I? I don't think I did. I don't know. Did I?
I don't think you did. I
Okay.
don't think you did.
I'm pretty sure you walked in and said he's not there.
I don't think I said anything. I don't think
never
anyone
mind.
asked.
You were just waiting for the cuckoo thing to go off.
Which still hasn't gone off.
Never mind then.
Would I've read some books about the area when I was messing around in the library. Would I have read about any like folk tale or legends or anything about a larger than normal giant?
Make a history check.
Terrible. History. Hey! 21.
21. You've definitely come across children's tales, both insightful, kind of uplifting, but then you also get like the Brothers Grimm version where it's, you know, do well or they'll come and eat you and destroy your farm kind of thing. But they all seem to depict giants as you would normally see them. Hill giants, storm giants. You've definitely done research into the fire giants and things of that nature. They're common enough that people know of them. But as far as anything of abnormal size, nothing really comes through.
Because just making sure we're on the same page. In all my research, I would know like the average sizes of giants, and this seems way too big for your average giant.
The average
Of
giant
any-
would probably be able to comfortably lean onto the roof of the wagon home. This looks like you're walking in your living room and you step on a kid's Tonka truck and...
While he's doing this, can I send something to Nefeli?
Send something in what way?
Book of Sending.
Of course.
Yeah. I want to send something to Nefeli.
Okay, what are you wanting to send?
We're in Rokasine, right?
Nightly Kingdoms.
Nightly Kingdoms, that was...
How dare you?
I'm sorry. It's hard to stay caught up sometimes. I guess I have an entire page to just bombard her with questions. First off, hi, hello. Miss you. Something is blocking communications here. Here being the Nightly Kingdoms. We're running into some issues. Magic is touching and going with one of my party members. And they are a construct. Has Nefeli met Brick? I don't think so, right?
Don't believe so. You've been pretty private with your conversations with Nefeli.
That's right. Who is a construct of Bowler. Or had help from Bowler. If you know anything about this, help would be great. And also, what gigantic thing is roaming in the Nightly Kingdoms? Because this footprint that I'm seeing is huge, and it almost stomped us last night, and it was really scary. I mean, gigantic footprint. Not dinosaurs. Footprint. Like 5 toes.
5!
All 5 of them!
5 toes.
These aren't little toe beans. These are big toe beans.
Also, it's really handy to see in the fog. Thanks.
XOXO.
Okay, love you, bye. XOXO.
Okay. You rip out the page, recite the incantation. Painted blue dragon comes to life, coils around the page, gives a little at you, and vanishes. So, the day has just begun. What would you all like to do?
She relays what she said to Nefeli if they didn't hear, and then
Were you writing and talking at the same time?
writing and talking. Yep. Writing and talking. Hopefully we'll get some answers. Hopefully soon. In the meantime, we have to be very, very careful. We keep following the path. There's a gigantic footprint in the middle. And it's about 3 or 4 feet down. We will destroy the cart. Cassie will probably hurt herself. So have fun. I'm going to bed.
Does anyone know a spell to transform Earth?
Zon looks at his repertoire of spells because I don't know. You see him there.
Going through his Rolodex.
Nine, I can only destroy Earth.
You'd make a ramp.
Make a ramp.
Vanera, while you were over there, it is possible to go around this indentation.
Yeah, but no one else can see in the fog, and
Correct.
she's gonna wake up to Clunk and Cassie falling, breaking her legs, and then we're gonna have to put her down, and then the wagon getting ruined, and then we're not gonna be able to fix it, and
It's not a horse.
Don't say that.
I didn't say that.
You were a good dinosaur girl.
Oh
I will
my
end any
God.
of you. I will destroy all of you. I will activate the nuke.
That took a turn fast.
He is a country boy.
I'm not the one who brought it up. I just said the joke we were all thinking.
Zahn wipes away a tear from that. I'm so proud.
But I wasn't thinking it. I was thinking about ending all y'all before I end any of my animals.
I never said anything about ending any animals. Thank you very much. I am not a monster. Even so, I look like one.
Anyway, Vanera, you go sleep.
Okay.
Don't run off.
Nope.
My heart can't take it.
You'll be okay.
I'm going to ride on the back of Cassie, and I'm going to help guide her through the fog as she pulls the cart.
Okay.
Hamburger's going to watch over you, Vanera.
I'm fine. I'm just gonna sleep.
Hamburger's sleepy.
Okay.
Okay. So, Pez is riding on the back of Cassie to hopefully keep a better watch out. I need you to roll perception for the two of you.
At advantage or disadvantage?
Disadvantage because of the fog.
For the both of us.
Yes.
Hack tactics.
That's not how this works.
Can it though?
Alright, well, I mean, Pez at disadvantage rolled a 18 and 19 plus 6, so 24.
Nice.
Damn.
But, Cassie, where is perception? Is that intelligence? No, wait, perception. Plus
Wisdom.
2. Look at that. Wisdom. Well, fine, don't do that. Wisdom. Plus 2. Cassie rolled a 12.
Okay. The
No,
wagon...
wait, sorry. 4.
Oh. The wagon begins to move at a very, very slow pace. Cassie sometimes will pull the cart on 2 feet. More often than not, she's on 4. And today she is taking very careful steps. Pez, you yourself having traveled along this road and fallen into this thing, you have a decent idea of how far away it is. And as you feel you're starting to get closer, you kind of tap Cassie on the side and point off to the right, and she trundles along. Those of you within the wagon, you feel, while it does dampen most movement, you do have a sense of it being a little bit more jostly than normal as you turn off the path to the more rougher part. And Pez, you are now getting a better idea of the size of this thing as you are seeing the edge of it and having to go further and further around. Eventually you see the start of the toe. You take the wagon around, and once you see the pinky toe, you cut back. The road is back there before you. You get Cassie back onto it. You're ready to go.
Is there another footprint, like a couple feet away, or like what's the gait of this?
The road is going north-south. The foot is sort of like this.
Oh.
So you had to cut around and come back up to the road to keep going forward. It's not perpendicular. It's more at an angle.
Okay. I like parallelograms.
Gesundheit. So.
Yep. We're going. We're trucking along.
You're still sitting on the back of Cassie?
Hell yeah, I am.
Okay. So as you continue along on the road, going a fair bit slower with the lack of vision, Vanera is asleep. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to do wood carving. I feel like doing something because Zahn is bored. I would like to carve.
Sorry, I was muted in the stream. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'll carve Valkyrie's glory.
Okay, you are able to find wood pretty easily. Make a dexterity check.
I want to also try to make this a masterpiece.
All right, fine. Make it a disadvantage then.
Okay. What am I rolling? What is it again? Sorry.
Dexterity.
And that's right. We don't do anything with woodcarver's tool. It just means I can do it. Oh no, I add my proficiency bonus to it, which is okay. 3. So my lower was 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. For the beginning of your day, and you're just beginning to work on it, takes you a few hours or so, but you have a very decent shape to it. The piece of wood that you got may not quite be able to reach the length of her wings, so you begin shaving those pieces off and work on the body, and you'll probably have to get another piece of the wood that you're working with to do the wings and then attach it. But you've done stuff like that before. It's fairly easy peasy. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while I finish typing something real quick? Speak amongst yourselves.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
I was just going to pop in to see if anything had changed at Fern's place, but I'm going to assume no, since we haven't had the Kuka pop out.
Just means he needs us. That doesn't mean that he's not there.
Well, I left him a note.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, apologies. I am done typing.
So secretive.
Super secret.
Whisper.
So, continue plodding along, and a little ways after you all have eaten for breakfast, Brick, you do hear the tweet tweet.
I rushed through the door. I'm gone.
Phew! Okay, he Terminator sprints through the pantry door. The rest of you see him, well, Kasumi and Zahn, you see him take off. Vanera's asleep and Pez is on. Cassie, do either of you?
Should we be concerned about that?
Well, hold 1 second.
Okay. Put his masterpiece in progress down.
Let's just see what's the. Shut up.
I don't.
Sorry, Lex is being sassy. Let's go see what that's all about.
Okay. As we're making our way towards the door, Kasumi's just going to shout out, "We're going to Ferns!"
Vanera is sleeping.
They gotta know.
Sleeping.
Don't worry. Vanera's not concerned. Not like y'all were with her. She knows you're grown.
I mean, I was concerned, but
I know.
Through the door.
So, you sprint through the doorway. Brick, you are the first. Well, sorry, Brick sprints through the doorway. The other two of you, I'm assuming, are just very leisurely going on through.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
are damn close to breaking that door off the hinges as you throw it open. The bell jingles. And as you look to the right, towards the main hallway. You can see that Fern is sitting in one of the chairs with a cup of tea beside him, and he looks tired. He has bags under his eyes. He's got his cheek in his palm, and he starts awake as the door opens. Ah. Good morning. What's the rush, huh?
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Are you okay?
I'm just a wee bit tired. So I'll be right as Wayne after a bit of a kip. He picks up his tea and sips at it.
What was happening?
There's odd goings on. Not really permitted to speak of it, but you said there's trouble, aye?
Yes, two things. One, does it have anything to do with a giant that's way too big? And two, I have a development I need to talk to Otis about.
I don't know of the first. Haven't heard nothing. Afraid to say Otis is a bit preoccupied at the mo.
I understand, but there's been a development in that situation I asked him to look into, and it now concerns citizens of his kingdom, so I figured he would be interested in hearing about it.
While I understand, I also need you to understand that he is not really someone you can just summon. And when I say he's busy, I mean he is busy.
Apologies. Was not meaning to imply that I need him here right this second. Could you get a message to him, is what I meant to ask.
That I can do. He sets his tea down, and he kind of glances around, and he's like, oh, right. And now that you look at him, he appears to be wearing quite a bit more than his normal just bustling around the place. He has a satchel slung over his shoulder, and he flips it open, pulls out a little notebook, tears a page out. He's ready to go.
All right. So just to kind of speed it along, I kind of inform him bullet points version what happened in Ludwin, our encounter with a beat of smoke entity that came out of a broken teleportation circle, which was the same one I gave him my notes on. And that I've been looking for any sign of this creature since. And then I inform him that in the town of... why am I always blanking on this town name?
Because I make complicated fucking town names.
Yes, you do.
Map up.
Oh, looks like you should take notes.
I do take notes. I'm trying to find it.
I'll save you the time. Maelglen.
Maelglen. I'll inform him that in the town of Maelglen, I don't know if he probably heard, but there was some strange occurrences, some people losing their minds. We investigated and found that a minion of or related creature was causing it. We took care of it, but it is evidence that this creature that I'm hunting has far more reach and other people in its clutches than I had first assumed.
He's watching as you're just like speeding through this, and he's like, fuck, I'm too tired for this shit.
I'm trying to go as slow as possible, but like keep it concise, but like very
he understands your urgency, and he's doing his best to write this out.
Okay.
And as you stop, he's like, is that all?
That's all we've got so far. Chamberlain was very eager to get us out of his town after we did cause a ruckus killing the thing.
I can't really blame him, but he's also been a bit of a twat, always has been. Don't take it to heart. He's like that with everyone.
You hear from the back of the room. Are you speaking of mine glory?
Well, as Brick gets to the point of having him take these notes, Kasumi and Zahn, you would have walked up behind as Brick is just going through everything. Yeah.
So something did wake us. Well,
Actually, I think most people slept so like consuming.
What?
We were awoken by something last night, and we had to take the cart around the road. It was so big.
It was the first thing I mentioned.
Right. I've gathered that. I do not know what you want me to do about it.
It's
We
not.
were just. Sorry, go ahead.
Think of it less as what you want to do about it. I'm not sure who you need to tell about it. Because with the size of the foot, if the guy decides to try to dance on top of the town's not going to exist anymore.
To be perfectly honest, my brain's so tired. Well, it sounds like it's not heading in our direction, so I will make a note and I will pass it along.
Apologies. We understand that it's apparently been a very long 24 hours for you.
It's been longer than 24 hours, but I'm glad you had sleep to be woken from.
It was wonderful.
I do not mean to be rude, but I am exhausted. Is there anything I can help you with at the immediate point in time? Or can I go sleep?
I look at them. I think that's all for. Yeah, if you could just get that to Otis for me and let him know.
Will, when I can.
I understand both of you have a lot on your plates, but it just seemed more pertinent since this is a direct threat to not only a neighboring country, but now your country, it seems.
I will let those of the higher officers decide what's more important. That is not for me to decide. So, again, I don't wish to be short. I have your message. Unless there's something else, I really need to sleep.
You want me to help with that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have, and he reaches onto the table that you're just now noticing is a amber-colored bottle. All the magic I need right here. Although I do realize it's just morning. Feck it.
That's the spirit.
Takes a big drink of it. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Again,
Safe
appreciate you,
travels.
friend.
I look forward to meeting you properly in person. Good morning. And he gets up, and unless he is stopped, he's going to walk down the hall, go through a door, and shut it.
Velbreck, is your curiosity sated?
Well, that was not to sate my curiosity. That was to hopefully enlist the help of a far more significant and magical person.
I mean, he is from the United Kingdoms. He's not going to be that amazing.
You're such an asshole.
Well, if he can help me, if he can help us find that thing, then he'll be as amazing as I need him to be.
I mean, to be fair, when he first arrived here, he didn't think very highly of you, so I don't think that that opinion is going to go anywhere, especially with you asking him for help.
That's actually something I'm hoping to talk about him in person. I'm hoping he might be able to help me with my apparent lack of mental defenses.
San's just gonna wave. Then let's go
If you
home.
can do anything about it, I'd appreciate the help, but it seems like while I can take just about any physical hit, mentally I am about as helpless as... I don't even know.
Then let's go. Zan's gonna get behind him, start pushing. Out of the man's business. We have things to do that are
Right.
not in here.
Back to the carriage.
Okay. You all return to the wagon. Pez, you've been plodding along for a bit. There's doesn't even seem to be the normal foot traffic that you're used to encountering on a trip. It seems like most people are probably trying to play it safe and not be on the road in dense fog where pitfalls could happen and things can more easily sneak up on you. But for the most part, it's a fairly easygoing trip. Otherwise, everything's quiet.
Too quiet.
I got nothing else.
Yes,
I don't know if we want to.
No, what was that?
I was about to say, I don't know if anyone else has anything, but if I'm good with speeding up travel or whatever.
How far is it to our destination?
You'd have to go and check the map.
I checked the map.
Okay. As you, on one of your breaks, you let Cassie off to go and graze a little bit and replenish her energy. You go and you check the map, and where the little ink beetle happens to be, you have the legend and a general scale to look at, and it looks like it's going to be another 2.5-ish days. The fog is making things a little bit difficult to judge because you're not moving at the normal speed that you were used to. But at the least, it appears to be about 2 more days worth of travel.
I mean, out of character, I'm fine with skipping through these travel days.
Well, I'm not. Maybe I have shit planned.
I mean,
but
I mean, if we do have things planned, then we go
Fast
on.
forward.
as Pez checks the map, gets back onto Cassie, Vanera's resting, Brick has sent his message off. That is where we are going to end for tonight.
No!
What? Really?
Oh, I gotta know what Sniffly says.
Well, let me just go ahead and hit enter then.
I mean, we've only been streaming for about 2 hours and 47 minutes, so we can continue on for another 13 minutes.
Okay, so then how about this? As the day wears on, Vanera is asleep up in the room. The rest of you are whittling, cooking, whatever you would like to do. As Vanera is asleep, she does receive a message in reply. Vanera, if you would like to come down and relay the information that you received to round off the evening before we end tonight's session, you may.
I just like how she's sitting there receiving it, and she's like, so confused what was going on.
Oh, it's not good.
End us off.
Oh no.
That's not good. Zon's sitting here with his knife.
Miss you too, of course. We have been busy. Things are strange. I am not permitted to say what. That's concerning. It may have been Gambors.
Bitch.
What?
Are you talking about Zork?
I will have to be certain to have words about his traveling habits. I have little time. Love you. Be well.
Hold on 1 second. How big is he?
Well, he
Do
is
I
a
know
god.
who Gambors is?
You are all aware of Gambors as being the orcish deity that lives in the orc swamplands.
My book! My book! Where is my book?
I have a distinct hatred.
I hate that footprint.
She fucking pulls out the other book, rips it open. Well, not rip the book, but and fucking starts looking for Gambors.
Those of you,
Oh,
I will wait.
oh, it's really good. He didn't notice us.
And why is this?
You gonna relay this information
I'm
before
trying.
I start?
Stop interrupting me.
I'm gonna start killing.
He is violent, but not evil. But he is internally searching for his next challenge to test his strength.
Then I am
Been much of a
disappointed he did not stop.
I'm grateful he did not stop, because, I mean, judging by that pinky toe, he would have squished us.
Yeah,
With-
I don't know if he would have been much of a challenge.
All of you are just yes.
With that being said, the few of you that are navigationally inclined,
Me.
the footprint that you passed makes it appear as if he was heading to his territory.
Which way would it have been coming from?
If you were looking at the map when you're on the road to Maelglen, right? The footprint is heading from the northwest to the southeast, heading back towards the Orclands.
Oh, it wasn't. So then it wasn't at Harpermere because the whole city would have been fucking. Fucking God walks up to it.
He might have been coming back from visiting Bowler.
Well, all I
Bowler,
can say
Bowler
is
is
we
further, would have been further west. This was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Valkyrie?
Okay, first the fuck off. 9. That would never happen. They would probably end up fighting.
That's what I was implying. What were you implying?
Okay, well, first off, if they were fighting, especially in the Knightly Kingdoms, we probably wouldn't have been able to go to the place we just went to, because it would have been leveled. 1. 2, just no. This wouldn't happen. There's no way my mother would fight something like that. Especially without me getting to see now. I would be extremely disappointed and angry forever. And that's why it didn't happen. Period.
Well,
There's
that
no discussion.
explains why no one was responding. He wasn't where he was supposed to be, and that probably was causing a lot of problems for them. Also, I wonder if that has anything to do with what Fern was talking about.
Very possible, but at the same time, somebody did answer us back.
I mean, I'm still just vibrating that a giant orc exists like that. You should have seen the pinky toe.
I know. You want to know what the best part is, Pez?
What?
He eats kobolds.
Anything can eat a kobold.
That's also true.
I'm a noodle.
But 9.
As is
Valkyrie
Frill.
wouldn't. Valkyrie would not take the time to message me if she was in the middle of beating the shit out of an orc. He also assumes that she would have lost if he was walking away, which would
I
never
never
happen.
said anything about any of that. I was just saying maybe he was visiting.
That's not a culture thing as far as I'm aware of. With my mother, at least. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't
You
ever
sent me
ask
too,
about his
Kasumi?
eye.
Don't ever ask about his eye. Good to
Oh, you
know.
mean... Wait, did my mother do that?
Yeah,
No.
well,
You just said they don't fight.
No, they did fight.
That's not in the book.
Look, let's try not to agitate a giant orc god. And well, holy shit! Look at that on the map. Those sirens have titties.
My map?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
What in the world?
Anyway, scooching on from that little tangent. As you all are discussing the ramifications of what Vanera has learned, are you setting off on the road again, or are you sitting for a time?
On the road again, very cautiously.
Okay. So, as you all mull over these, this new information, sharing your own theories and ideas, that's where we're going to end tonight as the Tempests continue along the foggy road to Harpermere. So, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't already, please join the Discord. Links down below. We're always looking for more people to chat with and hang out and play other games with. We will be back in 2 weeks for our next session of D&D, now that we're back on schedule again.
Are we sure?
Are we
That's
not sure?
Christmas weekend.
That's the weekend at.
No, that's
No.
right.
It's Christmas weekend.
The 23rd.
So, then we will have to discuss that and see what we want to do. So that means that there's a potential that we can have it
Next week.
This next Friday? No? Zeke is shaking his head no.
I will not be here.
Quit.
And I'm assuming with that, you're probably not going to be here Christmas weekend either. It is
No, I'll
Christmas
be here
weekend.
Christmas
Is there
weekend.
any hang-ups for
We don't
doing
have
it?
to discuss this right now.
We
What we're
can-
trying to
we
wrap
can
up.
chat
True.
about it later.
Well,
Yeah.
if you would like to know more, join the Discord where we'll make an announcement about what the hell we're going to fucking do about Christmas weekend.
We'll talk more about it on Pace Plays on Monday or Tuesday, also known as PP. It's canon.
We really need to workshop your naming conventions there. Also, if you are interested, do join us this coming Wednesday for part 2 of Whiskey Wednesdays when we go over the next set of races from the Delver's Guide to Beast World. That should be fun.
Yep.
So until the next time we go live, be safe, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody!
Hi, everyone.
Happy to stand.
Lick your salty Jamas.
Push the button. There we go.